Okay, so to create this part, first we're gonna have to open a part using this and open and click on part, which I've already done, and we are gonna start a sketch. And with this part, I would start off with the circle. So let's draw a circle right there, 14 diameter, like in the photo exam, and then I would start with the thing around it, which is like a little box, which is 14 down, 14 to the left. Then I would start with this line, and just it doesn't really matter how long it is, just make it an arbitrary length, because you're gonna have to constrain a circle to it later. Then, then you're gonna have to create a line from this far edge, right here, to the other edge, to the other far edge, at distance A, which is 81. And we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna draw the top part so we can start, so we can make the circle and constrain it. So it's 29, and then we create the 38 the radius 19 circle, which is 38 diameter. Then we constrain it using a coincidence constraint. We use a coincidence constraint. This one right here. We click on the circle, and the end of this line right here, this point, and then we use a tangent constraint for this one, for the circle, and this line that we just created at the 10-degree slant. And then we can trim it. We can trim it by clicking trim on this one, and we have to remove this constraint so we can trim this part. Actually, no, we can trim this later since it might be useful to have it constrained. Okay, let's see. What's the next part? Okay. So it wants us to make a set in like a chamfer, like 7 high. So we'll start from the bottom, 7 high, and it wants us to do it at a 45-degree angle. So we press tab, and we just drag it until it connects to the line. And then we do the same thing, but upside down for the top part. Is that the Guilty Gear theme? Yeah.
No.
Heaven or hell.
You know exactly what that was, too.
So, yeah, my colleagues are being quite silly. Huh? What, Mr. What is it? So we gotta make this line as long as B, so which is 57. So 57 minus. Better idea. We'll just start, and we'll at the top, and we'll type in 57. Okay. And based on the picture, the bottom of the bottom edge of the whole thing on the right is 29 away from the farthest side on the right. So that should be 29. And then we can draw a line from this top part here to there, to the length. And to get the circle, which is 19 high for this part over here, we first gotta make a line that's 19. Oh, conveniently, I did it. That's convenient. So it goes right there. But if it weren't for like in the center of this line, you would have to do a coincidence constraint to this for each point of the line on both sides. You can just draw a circle that is with a radius of 29, so a diameter of 58. And then we can draw a line from there to there, have that be the bottom edge. And then we can finish it off by connecting it to the circle. And now we can just trim the circle. Okay, there. Now we got most of it done. And the last real thing we actually have to do in terms of creating stuff is just add a radius size circle, so diameter 10, and then just can do 2 tangent constraints. And there, now we have the framework for everything, and now we can just start trimming stuff that we don't need. Okay. So first, we can start trimming this part right here. Oh, and we also have to add a similar chamfer on the side, which is 5 down, also at a 45-degree angle. And you can just trim it. And and we got this thing in the center right here, which is all we need to extrude. So we go to extrude, we click on this face, and we extrude it to the length of C, which is 43 millimeters. And that is our part for number 1 on the sample 1 example. Fine.
You still have some
Alrighty,
kitchen,
this
right?
is question
Now,
2.
let's get started.
You want to open up your first sketch and right here,
and put it in a bowl.
and then this is going to be your A, this is going to be your B measurement, and you want to change this to 84,
1 teaspoon of vinegar to get rid of the smell of the chicken.
and you're going to change your B
to
59.
Finish
Finish sketch, and it should adjust. And then you want to change the extrusion, which is your C,
Just be careful not to cook the
right here.
surface of the chicken. Without the microwave,
And you want to change this to 45. And then go to your files, go to your iProperties, and get your grams.
You have to.
Alright, first you're going to want to edit the basic variable values that are changed. For example, A, B, and C. As you can see up here, these are what they changed to.
Like, it's so much brain rot, bro.
Starting off with A.
It's so
Like, what are you
good.
guys
Like,
doing?
man, what are you guys doing?
It's actually so good,
Like, I'm trying to make a video and bro's crying about Brawl Stars. Like, what are you doing?
It's actually good.
First, you're going to want to start off by editing these 3 variables which they change, A, B, and C, which you can see up here. This is what they change them to. So starting off with A, they change it to 86. Alright, so we're going to go down here. We're going to edit the sketch. And we're going to change A, which is from here to here, to 86. So we're going to edit this dimension. Change it to 86.
Stuck at 92.
It's just Jover, bro.
Not loading. Brawl Stars stuck at 92.
This is much more serious.
Okay, bro.
This is
Okay,
serious.
bro. You don't even play Brawl Stars, Eddie. Alright,
I can see the suffering on the anguish.
first you want to start off by...
There we go.
Like, man, what am I supposed to do?
Big joke.
Howard, bro, listen. When you started choking up, he said, "Excuse my colleagues." All right, act professional. Just be like,
I can't when they're like talking about Brawl Stars, bro.
"Bro, you playing Xiao Xiao down the back of
That made it sound so
My
good,
colleagues.
though.
It's loading.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Please excuse
Okay.
my colleagues. They're a little.
You'll
severe.
first want to start off by editing the basic variable values, which are given here, A, B, and C, and you can see this up here. So first you can edit A to 86 and then B to 58. So we're going to do A, add in a dimension, right here. We're going to make this 86, and then B, which is from down here to up here, which is 56. Doesn't make sense. First, you can start off by adding in this circle to your drawing. So we're going to start off with that. We're going to end by 14. Sure, this is 180. Oh.
Stepping my toe.
You're going to go down 14. And the diameter of the circle is 11. After we edit this, we can go ahead and delete these just so it's cleaner.
I know.
And then we can edit the bigger variables. For example, B, A, and C, which are given up here. Starting off with A, we're going to do 86. Here, boom, ups down, make 86. After we do 86, then we can do 58 with B. We're going to dimension down here to up here. We're going to make this to 58. After we're done editing that part, we got to make sure that this is still 19.
Okay, look. I'm doing everything it wants me to, and it's not working.
There. Boom, that's still 19. And this is still 58. Oh, there's a mistake down here. We're going to make sure that doesn't turn out like that.
Because literally what I
Select
did
from
everything you
here
wanted me to, and
to
it
here.
was gone.
Oh, there's already a sketch here, so we just one we already made. Change it to 19. There's still a mistake. So what we could do
This is
is
exactly word for word, bar
delete
for bar what I
this
did. It was
dimension.
wrong.
we can delete this real quick since that's already 58. Remake that.
Okay.
Select from here to here. 19, and this should work. There we go. And hopefully the overall is still 58. If not, then we're gonna have to edit it one more time. 58. Yep, there we go. Now that's 58. Make sure we added everything. The B value, the A value. This is 19. And that should be everything for here. Yep, that should be good. And now we're gonna finish the sketch. Oh wait, we forgot the. Oh wait, no. Circle cell in there, so we could finish the sketch. And then we could edit the extrusion. Oh, wrong thing. Edit the extrusion or the feature. Right there. And we should be able to add one here. And select through either. It's gonna already automatically subtract everything, and if not, you can just select through all. And that should work. So now we got those done. Now we can edit the C value, which is 44. So we're gonna go up here. We can edit the feature one more time. And this, instead of being 43, is gonna be 44 now. So boom, that's edited.
You will receive no hypercharge.
So, okay, we got this done, we got this done, and we got this done. And now we can make these two indentions you can see on the part right here. So we're going to start off with the bottom indentation. We're going to go here, we're going to add a new sketch. So for the bottom indentation, all we have to do is we can make this circle or this square pretty much anywhere. It should work regardless. Just make sure it covers the entirety of this area. So it actually makes the indentation.
No.
And it doesn't specifically have to be like this, as long as it goes from here to somewhere down here, which should be 19 if you did this right. So just Control Z on that. And then we get on the same sketching, on the same sketch, we can go ahead and make the other indentation. So you see that we go 57 to the left. 52 or 57? That is 52. We go 52 to the left, and then there's an indentation right here, which is, both of these are 19. We're gonna extrude the sketches, the new edits by 19, both here and here. That should be the correct indentation. So there's that, and then we can go to 52 to the left. 52, 52 right here. Make sure it's 180 degrees. And you can do this anyway, as long as you get the basic indentation down. This is how I do it though, because I see it as easier. And make sure it covers the whole of this side, like that.
How much sleep did you get tonight?
Then we can just delete this. We can finish the sketch.
What the actual fuck? Why?
Go like up here, and then we can extrude both parts. Oh, yeah, that works. The other way, we're gonna go through by 19 because that's how much we're supposed to indent it by. And then click OK, and this should look like the part that we're making. Yep, that's about right. See that right there? Go to the bottom left angle. Looks about the same. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. So now that we've done these parts and we've got that done. We've made these indentions and we've edited A, B, and C. So now we can go ahead and start making this circle type of indentation that's between these two parts and the backside. Just quickly switch back here, just so we can see how we can do this real quick.
I'm gonna make you take off your shirt again. Shut up.
Okay, so we're gonna. So we see this is 12 and then 24, right? So, and here's C. So what we could do is divide C by 2 because this is right in the middle. So we can go make a plane 22 inwards, offset from plane from here, and then we're gonna do negative, so it goes backwards. Negative 22 right there, and that should be right in the middle.
Eddie, whip it out.
I will.
Now that we have that done, we're gonna add the circle. The circle is 41, diameter 41. All right. So then we're gonna add a sketch on the work plane. Okay. So what we're seeing right here, let's see. This is 36 upwards, and this goes based off of that. So what we can do is, let's see this again real quick.
No, I don't. I would like to know.
Okay. We can extrude a line from here upwards. Just make this upwards. Just make sure it's 90 degrees. Doesn't matter how far up it goes. Just try to make it go up a decent amount. Okay. And then let's see this real quick. We can make a line. So knowing that this is the diameter, or this is actually being the radius from here to here, even though this is the diameter, what we can do is divide the diameter by 2. So 41 divided by 2. We know that that's 20.5. So we could do a line 20.5 from this very edge, or no, actually from up here to somewhere down here, and that should give us exactly where this is supposed to be. Or actually, wait, never mind. That's taking it the wrong way. This shows us between up here and down here is 36. So all we have to do is make a line down 36. Make sure it's 90 degrees. And go to the left, 90 degrees. And we know it's going to be right here. This is going to connect from down here. It should be 41 up. So right here, we go 41 up. Make sure it intersects the line, and then boom, we're done with that. Now we know where the circle is going to go. We know it's gonna go exactly up here at this point of the line. We can make this 41. Let's make sure that's not right. Is that the radius? That is the radius. The radius is 41. So we're gonna have to multiply this by 2 actually. It's gonna be 82. There we go. That's right. So now that we added that in, we should be able to just trim. We can just do that. Use the project geometry. You could use the project geometry just to quickly make it to where you could trim the outside of this, or you could also just put the line command.
Oh wait.
Put something here. Oh. Put the line command right here. Extrude it to anywhere, as long as it's intersecting with this. Same thing with down here, where it intersects, and then just go outwards. Oh. Control Z that. Where it intersects, then just go outwards anywhere, and that should allow you to trim it without the inside part getting deleted. Yep, that worked perfectly, and then we can just trim these parts outside. And we can trim this now as well, and delete this section line. There, now that that's deleted, and this is in here, we can now begin to make the indentation but first, before we make the indentation, we have to make sure we make this a complete and closed shape. Otherwise, it won't extrude.
I did it within the time, and that's
okay. So what we can do is just go to project geometry, select all of these sides, and that should count. So once we're done with that, we can just finish the sketch. Go to extrude, and select this, the asymmetric feature. That allows us to go to the left and to the right. So we can quickly just check this right here. We see that this is 12 up here. That's going to matter because knowing C, we know that it's 44. So 44 divided by 2 is 22. So we know that there's going to be 22 right here, but 12 is taken up by that. So we know that 10 is going to be right here between here and here. So we know that we can extrude distance A by 10. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Distance B by 10. And knowing this, we know what size this one is, because we know that this is this takes up 22. You know, this is going to take up 22 as well. So since this is 22, one second. Since this is 22 right here, what we can do is
One Piece.
oh, almost. Since we know this is 24 right here, what we can do is, knowing that this is 10 right here, we can do 24 minus 10 and we get left with 14. So we know that this part right here is going to be 14, so we know that to extrude part A by 14. And then we can click OK. Oh. As you may have realized, we forgot to click the subtract command. So go again to asymmetric, make sure distance A is 14. This distance is 10. And then we can click OK. And that leaves us with our indentation in the back. And then we could just hide this work plane. We could just make this, turn off the visibility. That should be the back. And we have these two indentations as well now. And that's everything.
As my right, as the oldest.
Alright, so
Is my right.
hello guys, this should be part 4 of the inventor sample exam. So part 4 should be this part right here, and you should be starting off here. And this should be your final product. This should be your final product right here, as you can see. And you're starting off from the end of part 3, which is here. So once you're at the end of part 3, you can start on part 4. Let's refer back to the image. You see how there's a little space right here, and you can remove some material here. So let's do that. In order to do that, let's click on this one, create a sketch on this face right here. Click on the sketch, make a face, and you want to just create an outline around the entire face basically. So to do that, you just put a line right here, draw that, then, and I think usually it doesn't make connect here. See, it doesn't let you connect here. Oh wait, it does. So if it doesn't do that, you can just do that. Then there you go. You just escape it and click on it again. There you go. And that line right there. That line right there. That line right there. And for the arc, you can just click on the arc tool, this one end to another. That, and make sure it connects to that line right there. Alright, now you have your little outline, right? Now, see how this, we'll go back to the image. There's a little curve right here, and it stays like that in the final product. So in order to do that, you want to create a circle. Hover over here, you see how there's this is like another circle that in another sketch. And it shows you that, and you can see the center point of that circle right here. So click on that, shoot that, yeah, that part. And now you see how everything has a thickness of 1, right? 1 right here, everywhere. So in order to get that thickness of 1, you just press offset, and then make sure, if this is like everything, you just do it individually. So right here, it goes to 1. And since this part didn't extrude, just offset that as well. Okay, well, it does that now. Offset. So now everything's offsetted. And this one you also have to offset by 1. Once you offset by the 1, you can trim off the excess here. Like that. Okay. Now that you have this right here, you can trim off like this part, and like that, and now you have this. Yeah, that's you can finish the sketch. Now let's look back to the image. So this part 4 uses the same dimension as part 3. So as soon as you get the dimension, you refer back to part 3. Now this extrusion right here that goes all the way in, it reaches only that part you see right here. It only reaches the back of this back hole right here. Like this should extrude back here to this arc right here. This should not be extruded. So don't do that. We need to look back on dimensions. Dimensions for part 3, because part 4 uses dimensions for part 3. So C for part 3 is 44 millimeters. You want to extrude, so this is 12 and this is 24. So in order to 12 plus 24 is 36. So in simple math, you do 44 minus 36. That should give you. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 44 minus 36. I mean, you honestly just open up the calculator. 44 minus 36. Just make sure. It should equal 8, right? Okay. So that means this part right here, where my cursor is, this part is 8 millimeters. So you do 8 plus 24 now, because you want to extrude to that back end right here. You want to extrude to only this end right here. So 8 plus 24 should give you 32, which means you want to extrude only this back. Make sure it's cut to 32. See, 32. You can click on OK, or you can click on Add. So we have that now, and but also here, this is also extruded back. And for this one, you can still see the circle. So what I did, right, you can just keep on extruding so you all see the circles. Let's say, so this piece is 8 millimeters, right? So obviously you can't extrude more than 8 or like 8. So let's do that. So that's 32. Extrude that. Should give you that. And now you can extrude this part. And obviously, if this side is 8, then you can't extrude 8 or more. So it can't be 32. Wow. So it has to be like 7 maybe. And you see the circle right here. And you can extrude this part. There we go. Make sure, because this is offset for this piece to not get deleted, right? So make sure you select that little sliver right there that we have remaining. And you click on 7 and you click OK. And once you have that, that should be the drawing. That should be a completed product. Thank you for watching.